عذابا عظيما ويعذب المنافقين والمنافقات والمشركين والمشركات الظانين بالله ظن السوء عليهم دائرة السوء وغضب الله عليهم ولعنهم وأعد لهم جهنم وساءت مصيرا ولله جنود السماوات والأرض وكان الله عزيزا حكيما إنا أرسلناك شاهدا ومبشرا ونذيرا لتؤمنوا بالله ورسوله وتعزروه وتوقروه وتسبحوه بكرة وأصيلا.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Alhamdulillah wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah. Investment is one of our daily decisions, and we all know that property investment is one of the best efforts here. We see data just released us GTA only. Y-on-Y February 2021 to 2022. Average is already increased 20%. So that's the property. And in my experience, support all of these jargons. Property is the best. In New Zealand, in Indonesia, as well as Canada. The thing that, but as a Muslim, we have guidance, our Al-Quran. Surah Al-Baqarah 261. Okay. So, if we do investment for Allah, give us 700 times. Allah. Now, this 28% after 5 years, we die. And it's nothing for us. To live here, it's just figures. That's why I still don't understand how to connect between these Al-Baqarah 261 with this property investment. Alhamdulillah, today we have our respected brothers here. I believe they are all expert on this investment issues as well as about the Quran. So we can seek for the answer. How to bring this investment in dunya to they will explain to us and we can freely ask him any questions. I'm still don't understand. Hopefully soon after during the seminar us. Khalid Asraf, Brother Abdul Islam, Brother Muhammad Fatih, and Brother Rasul Tariq. We will get the answer. And after this, inshallah, we know which investment is the best, and we can bring it all together to our So this is the question, big question that this gentleman will answer, and I'm very sure they can answer. Right? So without further ado, I will welcome Brother Asad. Oh, Brother Khalid, to start this giving us some and explanation class. Brother Khalid, Assalamualaikum.
Jazakumullah khair, Brother Subhan, for this beautiful introduction. Actually, this even, subhanallah, the thing that we want to hear today, and this is our focus actually today, is to try to connect between dunya and akhirah. Alhamdulillah, we are doing many things related to this dunya, but we want to try also to look for our akhirah. So this is one of the investment opportunity that we are presenting to the community in light of this understanding. However, just one thing, if I can, inshallah, just correct, we are not experts when it comes to investing or business investing, pure business investing, and we are not like counselors or real estate agents. We don't claim to have such expertise or such background, but as Brother Subhan, he said, Alhamdulillah, we have the concern of how we can build our financial strength in this dunya while we are also looking for the akhirah. So this is something very essential in the idea that we will be presenting today as part of this initiative. This is a community-oriented, first of its kind initiative that is called Paradise Neighborhood Aim. And one basic principle in our deen is to get together and collaborate in doing good. That is deriving this initiative. As you see, alhamdulillah, already you have brothers representing 4 different Muslim organizations that is already operating and running for years, alhamdulillah. What gathered them is, alhamdulillah, the concern of how we can try to strengthen the Muslim financial standpoint in today's world. And we know that, as Brother Subhan also mentioned, that the real estate prices are now going up, crazy, skyrocketing. And even we as Muslims, we have diminishing, and every day it's decreasing the purchase power for the Muslim. So we thought, why we do not try to bring in an initiative where we can all help each other, get together as one team, inshallah, and try to present something that we might not get to see its fruit in our lifetime. But definitely the future generation, they will be able to ripe the fruit from this initiative as we hope. This is a long-term initiative. It's not something that you are thinking about 1, 2, 3 years. This is we are looking for 10, 15 years in investment and in work. It needs a lot of effort, it needs a lot of determination and dedication, which alhamdulillah, the team behind this initiative, they have, inshallah, and they will put their efforts to try to make it successful. So just a quick introduction about the current situation in the market. As we know, even as Muslim and Canadian Muslim, and those who want to invest their money, we are always looking for opportunities that align with our values and Islamic traditions and principles. So we are always conscious about the ethical and the environmental and the social consequences about our investment. And we always look for halal type of investment if we can say so. However, just only few of those investors, Canadian Muslim investors, have implemented responsible investing in planning that mirrors our values and principles. And I will come to cover at the next slide why this is the case as of now. However, in Paradise Neighborhood Inc. and this initiative that you see this beautiful team, mashallah, is standing behind, we are trying to employ a subset of socially responsible and ethical investing plans that is based and derived from our Islamic principles. So, inshallah, I will, jazakumullah. So, I just want to highlight a few of the myths that whenever in our conversation we are trying to share such idea with our Muslim brothers and sisters, many ideas, many things will come into light as part of what we believe is the reality, and with what is actually it's a deception that we think that this is the case right now. So I want to highlight here a few myths that we want, inshallah, to get rid of and just focus on the reality of the situation. Whenever you speak in your conversation that we should try to put our money in halal investing opportunity, we should be careful where our money is going, how it's being used, the return that we are getting is nothing like that will help others do, I would say, kind of wrong acts or involved in wrongdoing. The main idea that comes that it's a good idea, but this is only exists in a perfect world, and we do not live in a perfect world. This cannot exist. So this is one of the main misunderstanding or deception that we always have, and it's always highlighted as part of our conversation. As well, if you want to try to be more conscious where you're putting your money, usually they say that this will limit. Well, this will limit your choices, because there is no much diversity in the market where you can go for a purely conscious and socially responsible investing opportunities. If it exists, maybe it exists in a smaller number. This is also something that we should light over. And as well, there is a misconception that irresponsible practices, those practices that do not give much attention to environmental, social, political, or economical consequences, those irresponsible operations will yield a better return. It will yield a better return. While if you want to be socially conscious, we look for the environment, for the society impact, the poverty levels, and everything. This usually will affect the return on investment that you get because you have to put more expenses. You have to look for more for things that will align with those responsibilities that you are taking and standing up for. So in reality, actually, we see through the last 2-3 decades, like I would say the last 50 years, that there was a lot of cultural, environmental, economical, and even political shifts that continue to drive companies to be more socially responsible and more conscious about their business practices. This by itself, this change, as well as the consumer demand. Now, consumers are more aware and they're looking for such opportunity, is actually deriving what more options to be present in the marketplace. That's why this means that the responsible investors now have far greater choices than what used to be the case 30, 40 years ago. With this change, I would say, in the trends that is happening in the business world today, as well as the increasing popularity of this responsible planning and financial investing in companies that are aware when it comes to the society, to the environment, to the economy as overall. This all, it shows through the accumulating literature that now in the long run, it will yield even more profit. In the long run, maybe in the short run, yes, you are right that it might affect because you have to put more money, but in the long run, when you are socially responsible, environmentally responsible, this will make you among those companies that will stand out among the crowd, and it will get for you a better return on the long run compared to those who are irresponsibly having or employing businesses and practices. So if we can, inshallah, move to the next slide. So what is the Paradise Neighborhood? What is this initiative is all about? Paradise Neighborhood was incorporated in the second half of 2021. 2 years before that, even the idea came to the team who was behind this initiative. They were working hard day and night, but just alhamdulillah, recently we have put the idea, I would say, in a way that we feel confident that we can start presenting to the community and we can stand in front of our brothers and sisters and try to tell them what is the Paradise Neighborhood is all about. That's why this has been incorporated just recently, the second half, I would say around October 2021. And it aims, Paradise Neighborhood aims to collaboratively acquire assets, mainly real estate assets, because we know how the real estate, especially in Canada, is going, to build Muslim financial strength. This is a first of its kind collaborative initiative, and it is supported by the communities of 4 Islamic organizations. 4 Islamic organizations. This is an interest-free, long-term investment that I say that the most who will ride this fruit will be our future generation, our children. And the Paradise Neighborhood employs halal and ethical financial plans that align with our beliefs and ethical principles as Muslims. So the team behind this, alhamdulillah, as you see here, there is a brother representing 4 different Muslim organizations. The brothers, Jazakumullah Khair, Brother Subhan and Brother Budi, Brother August, Brother Algun, and their team, alhamdulillah, they were with us from the beginning, inshallah, and they are among the team who's behind this initiative, as well as Sheikh Ashraf. He's a part of the CIU, the Canadian Islamic Union, and the Canadian Islamic Center. We have a brother Rizal Karim from the Primary Islamic Cultural Center. We have a brother Mashoud and brother Rafiq from the North Valley Islamic Center. Nice. And alhamdulillah, with this team, because we do not claim any, I would say, professionalism, or I would say expertise, I would say, in the field of how we should do this according to the law, according to the regulation that exists in Ontario and Canada. We have, alhamdulillah, a corporate lawyer with 10 plus years of experience. She has a very good reputation, herself and her team, who are assisting us when it comes to the legal, planning and the other regulations, and abiding by those regulations as a corporate operating in Ontario and in Canada. And as well, we have a professional business accountant who is certified as well as part of our team. So this is it's a business model for profit. It's not charitable, but it is looking to bridge the gap between investing in dunya and investing in akhirah. And we want to do it according to the law. As they say, as the book says, whatever laws, regulation, we're going according to these laws and regulations. So what is the investment opportunity that we are trying to present in this initiative? It is a share-based corporation where you can come in if you want, if you buy the idea, if you want to be part of the dream. We are offering shares for sale. So you buy your share today, and this share will be utilized in the corporation that will be owning and developing real estates. That is basically what it is doing. And again, as I said, this is a long-term investment. If you want to get better return on your investment, usually in the real estate, it doesn't happen like in other maybe fields, which also have some question mark. It doesn't happen with 1 or 2 or 3 years. That's why the timeline that we have for this project is about 10 to 15 years. And like, for example, let's say that we are buying a land and we want to rezone the land. If we are successful in rezoning the land, this by itself, like I will be talking about the project one that Paradise Neighborhood is working on, is to own an agricultural land. If you own this agricultural land and then rezone it to become residential, just by getting the rezoning by itself, you will have the value of the asset appreciating 5 to 7 times minimum. The place that we are looking now to buy a land in is within approximate, like I would say, closeness to the GTA. It's about 55 minutes from Brampton. From here, it's much closer than that. But I'm just taking Brampton as our starting point. It's about 50 to 55 minutes. And this is all in the city of Shelburne. And the city of Shelburne, Orangeville, Shelburne, is, I would say, the second phase of the development after Brampton is done. And we know if you drive down to Brampton, going all the way north until Mayfield, it's already full of development. Almost they are saturated over there. So the next step will be to move up north toward those areas. And many new developments is already being constructed and under construction in that area, Shelburne and Orangeville. This is interest-free, halal, collaborative initiative with a solid future vision, with a lot of potential behind this initiative. During the last 2 years, we were trying to plan for it. We were trying to look for different lands, but now there is a certain land that came under our radar. And alhamdulillah, we were able to write an offer for the owners of this land. And we have, alhamdulillah, secured that land as of now, and the down payment has already been paid for. So our implementation steps and the phases, currently, as I said, we are acquiring a land in Shelburne, and the closing date will be June 2022, in a few months. Down payment is already paid, and the offer has been already submitted and accepted to the owners of the land. And the goal, this is the future goal, this is our vision, inshallah, is that we're looking to have a cultural center located within the boundaries of this community that we want to develop on that land. And we also envision a masjid, future Islamic school, community center, recreational space, even a commercial space as well within that development, inshallah ta'ala. This is our dream, this is our future vision. That's what we are trying to achieve, inshallah, in the long run. And we are working together to try to invest in the future that will benefit us and our Muslim as well generations to come. So this is the land that we are working on, inshallah, on it, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. It is in Shirkun, as we have already highlighted. And we think that, alhamdulillah, by the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, this is a land that has a lot of potential. This is a Google map view of the current location. We are somewhere, I would say, like close to Erin. And between Erin and Alton, that is where we are right now. So you see, from that center, it is within it's a bit close, I would say. I would say maybe within 15 kilometers or so from the center, that's the flat center where we are today. And this is just, inshallah, a view for you just to see the approximate distance from the GTA, which I said 50 minutes. And there is a future also potential development that is coming already for a highway south of the land. South of the land. We already hear the port government approving these highways that they will be constructing, regardless of all the oppositions. But they think that we need that, and this highway will come south of this land. Just 2-3 kilometers away from this land, already there is a new developments under construction. About 13 or 1,400 detached houses and homes are being built about 2 to 3 kilometers south of this land. So why does it matter, and why is this initiative even can be considered important or should be considered important? First of all, the diminishing Muslim financial power. We know, subhanAllah, now even as Muslim community, our purchase power is going lower and lower. It is decreasing. So we are trying to stop that or try to fix this, because we know, as Brother Il also subhan said, the investment and even a strong economy is part of a strong community. And we as a Muslim community, we see other communities working together in order to establish their financial strength, while we are as a Muslim always being divided, and this even weakening our purchase power and economic strength even more and more. So we're trying to stop this, inshallah ta'ala, by this initiative, which we hope it will be only the first step in bringing this change, inshallah, to the Muslim Ummah. As well, the rapid increase in the real estate prices across Canada, and I think everyone knows about this. They already have information about this. SubhanAllah, especially during the last few years, the real estate prices have not even doubled, not tripled. It was going even 700-800% increase during the last few years only. And as well, family-wise, it is said that it takes a community to raise a child. We all have also concern for our children living in areas that maybe where they cannot relate to their faith, to their identity. They cannot be proud of their faith and identity. So maybe if we can develop something which is owned by Muslim, maybe not everyone lives there will be Muslim, but we assume the majority could be Muslim, and it's owned by Muslim, and they can also decide on what will be happening in that area. This maybe, inshallah, will give them the confidence and the pride they need to be, and they show their Muslim identity as they are growing up in Canada. As well, the community will collectively work towards implementing the shared common Muslim value and principle, and instilling these principles and values in the hearts and in the minds of the children. That, subhanAllah, you can direct my children, I can advise your children, we all help each other in order to raise a strong, proud, Muslim generation, Canadian Muslim, who can be leaders in their community. So the dream, and why we say the dream, because this is the long-term vision. This is the long-term vision, is to build a future subdivision for our future generation. So townhomes, semi-detached, detached houses, even condos could be part of the plan. But this is not the phase where we are right now. We are in the phase of owning the land, the agricultural land. When this is 10-15 years in plan, we're looking around 2032, 2037. And why? This neighborhood will provide an opportunity to live in a planned community. Choose your neighbors and feel belonging at all times. Advantage of this paradise neighborhood is first of all child monitoring. It's a family friendly, as I said, it's a community oriented initiative. So the children can now have many aunts, uncles who can direct them, who they can reach to if they have concern, if they have issues in their life, they need advice, they need consultation. They can go to me, to you, to anyone who is caring and they want to instill the Islamic principles and values in their hearts and in their mind. As well, they will have an exciting childhood where each child will also have many brothers and sisters to share their childhood memories with them and experience, as well as building their personality as a proud, confident Muslim who can even move along and be leaders in their respective communities. The important thing is our identity as well, which is living Islam. For example, right now we know that this is a common thing, which is unfortunate that we always say, no, Islam is always only in the masjid. We are in the masjid, we are Muslim, we are proud of our identity. We go outside, some of us might be scared, some of us might be shy to present their Muslim identity. They don't feel the belonging or I would say the pride in their Muslim identity. So this is something that we also, inshallah, envisioning that by accomplishing what we are trying to accomplish as part of this initiative will give our future generation the confidence to grow as a proud Muslim who can serve the community at large. As well, for example, the Eid celebration. Imagine if we can have a Eid celebration with thousands who are attending that. Everyone in that area is going to attend the Salah in the same place. That's what we are used to back home. You know, this extended family concept and Eid celebration, we think about them as part of the past because we left them behind in our home countries. But who said that we cannot do the same here, inshallah, if we put our hand together, try to collectively put the efforts to make this happen, inshallah ta'ala. So some pictures and videos for about Paradise neighborhood and the land that we are trying to own. As you can see, this is the land which have already some structures on it. It has 2 homes, it has 1 shop, and it has a bar. And the house is rented. And this rent will go also to the account of the corporation, inshallah, after owning the land. And this also will benefit the value and the appreciation assets for the corporation and the shareholders in that corporation. So there is a house, there is a shop, there is a barn, there is an area even for raising some animals, and the land as well, which can be also cultivated. If we can, inshallah, brother, if we can click the link as well, inshallah. There is a video, but this is try to mute it because it's from a real estate agency and it has some music if it's not muted. But we can also share some video. It will bring different angles of the land itself that we are trying to own. I remember last time we showed this, it was a little bit complicated, so I hope it will be easier, inshallah. It's supposed to be clickable, maybe control and more down, not down, down. Let's show the video, inshallah. It shows different pictures. Yeah, that's good, inshallah. Even the overview is good, inshallah. Even this pond is part of the land as well.
The land is all clear.
It's all the clear. It's nothing related to where you see the forested area. It's not part of this land. No. But we have also another plan to own, inshallah ta'ala, in the future, a land beside it, which have some forested area which will be used to develop a recreation space for our families. This is the existing house. This is the barn. Yeah, this is being used right now and it's rented. So whether we can bring our horses, our sheep, maybe have some like Eid al-Adha or something over there, or Allahu A'lam. So we can use it the way that we want, inshallah. Jazakumullah.
But more technical.
Yeah, alhamdulillah.
Very good. Really had some technical.
So some frequently ask a question which we understand even more question will come, and we will do our best to try to address your concern, answer your question as much as we can, inshallah ta'ala. But some of the most common questions that we get always, like, can I sell my share in the future? Well, of course, this is kind of a shareholding and a share-based corporation that always we cannot limit your ability to use your share in the way that you want. However, as I said and as we emphasize, is that we are looking for long-term investors. We are not behind those who are maybe concerned of turning their money or flipping their money 100, 200% within a few years. This is not pure project. This is a long-term investment with a long-term vision, inshallah ta'ala, that we are hoping that you will stay with us, inshallah, for at least 10 years, inshallah, that you will see the benefit out of this. We said our step one is to own the land. Step two will be to rezone the land, inshallah. We'll put all the efforts, all lobbying with the city officials to try to rezone the land. Then after that, and this by just rezoning by itself, it needs 3 to 5 years easily. Then after that, inshallah, if the rezoning happens, as I said, you can expect at least 3 to 5 times the value will appreciate just by changing the land from agriculture, where it is right now, to become residential. Just by rezoning the land without any development. The current land that we have our eyes on, that we submitted the offer to, just in 5 years, it tripled in value. It tripled in value. The owners of the land, they paid $800,000 back in 2017 to own the land. Now we are submitting, and we have submitted, a counter offer of 2.1 million. We submitted a counter offer of 2.15 to the owners, and alhamdulillah, they accepted our offer over the other offers. So we are talking about close to 0.2 million, which shows almost a 3-time multiplication of the value of the land by keeping it the same without trying even to do anything different. Agriculture, and it is agriculture, but because of the increasing value of the real estate and the potential of that area and its close proximity to the GTA, its value has tripled during the last 5 years. So how much will I get if I have to sell my share anyway? Anyway, you have to sell your share due to an emergency, something in your life came up and you have to sell. Well, we understand things happen. So what will happen at that time? We will be submitting every year as part of the corporation an annual report to the shareholders. This annual report should show all the expenses, the income, and any involved taxes or costs that has been paid as part of this corporation. So I mean, so inshallah, is the thing is that if you decide to sell this annual report as well, it will have at the beginning of each year, we will be hiring an estimator to value the asset of the under the ownership of the corporation at the beginning of each year. For example, this land, its value will be estimated from a professional estimator at the beginning of each year. Let's say you want to sell in 2025, then whatever the value of that land in 2025, it will be calculated against your share or shares that you own in this company, and you will be given the money at that time. And we have a 3-month grace period for this process from the time you submit the application to the corporation with your intention to sell until you receive the money. Do I own part of the land? This is a common question. Like, is this an initiative about owning a land together where I have actual possession of a tangible land in that area, in the 42-acre plus land? No. You are solely buying shares in the corporation that owns the lands and the asset. Whenever the land and assets under the umbrella of this corporation appreciates, and its value increase, this will immediately and directly reflect on your share value. So you are getting a share, not an actual piece of land. Why? Because this is a more convenient business model where it will give us the ability to try to work on the assets and try to develop them further without having the concern that is everything like buying the idea, understanding these steps. So you do not own the land, but you own the shares in that land, and you are a shareholder. Will have even some privilege in that corporation, and any assets owned by that company, whenever they appreciate, as if we think about Google or Apple, if we can bring this as an example, this is slightly different. But for example, Apple is presenting new iPhones and iPads and other things, and customers are buying, the shares will go up. Here is the same concept almost. The more appreciation of the value of the assets that's being owned by this corporation, this will directly reflect on your share value as well with the corporation. Who's running the project? I already spoke about this in my introduction, and as well I showed in the slide. It's a group of dedicated brothers who have the concern of how we can build financial strength for generations to come, how we can try to own our own land, our own asset, and be part of the Canadian economy as well. So those brothers, as well with the assistance of a designated corporate lawyer and a professional accountant, they formed the team to try to make this initiative happen, inshallah ta'ala. So why we are raising 3 million instead of 2.5 million, which I said that this is the value of the land. We know owning the land is something, but then you have a lot of expenditure for rezoning, for hiring a city planner, and trying to be also covering the taxes, the fees on a monthly and yearly basis until this development come into reality. So within 10 years or so, this extra money that is being raised right now will be used to cover those expenses, as well as, inshallah, hiring a city planner in order to draw a blueprint for the whole project, inshallah, that will be developed in this land, inshallah ta'ala. So this is the Paradise Neighborhood contact information, the phone number, the website, the email. If you have any question, any concern or anything, please always try to reach to us through phone call or email if you prefer. Check our website. The website, alhamdulillah, is on and is running. It is still under construction, but the basic information that we have shared with you today, you should be able to find it in the website. As I said, it's not the final version of the website because more information is still coming. We are updating the website, I would say, weekly, and also we'll try to put all the questions, the common questions that we get from our community on the website, which we still have not done so far. But just keep it for your record, try to check it for the main basic information. Everything should be there. I would like really to thank you for your attention and for listening to us today and for hosting us here today. And I would like, inshallah, now maybe if Sheikh Ashraf want to say something, or we should open question and answer. Inshallah. So we can now maybe open the floor for any questions that you might have. We understand you will have a lot of questions, definitely. We'll try to answer them, inshallah, as part of the themes, inshallah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm sorry for the late. Because I just started check the website yesterday regarding this one, and I know I have a lot of questions. So we are on the process of getting the land, right? So do we already have the corporation at the moment? Do you already create the corporation?
Yes.
Do you already issue the share?
Yes.
How many share you issue? 300. 300
yes.
To buy this 3 million property.
Yes.
Right? So as of today, how many share that you sold already? Like how many share already sold out?
Almost, I would say 60-65% of the shares. About 160 share to even 175. Maybe Brother Rafiq can bring that. Around 175. Yeah, because he's dealing with all these shares. Around 175 already sold.
So more than 50% is already sold.
Yes, alhamdulillah.
Okay. So now we're talking about the corporation. I understand, I know this is the intention, mashallah, is good. And I know this is something for good, but the problem when it comes to the corporation, it's not up to you. It's not up to me. It's up to who control the corporation. So now, the question, now more than 70% already sold. So how do you who's gonna control the corporation? Because it's not up to you, it's not up to me, it's up to who own the most share. So now we're gonna get buy this 3 million property, and okay, I mean, like if you be able to tell us what is good as a business, you have to be able to tell us too what if something goes wrong. That is business, right? Because business not always go right, sometimes go. So and then you have to prepare the answer to anticipate what's it out, because like now are you planning to deal this land like for the property?
Build it.
Yeah, build it.
In the future, this is the future. Yeah. Yeah, are you done with your questions?
No, I have, I mean, in order for me. Yeah. Okay, I'm sorry.
No, I would say if you answer last part.
Exactly.
No, we will answer this question. No, it's okay. So if I understand you correctly, you are saying as a corporation, how we'll run the business and who will own the majority of the share that will make the decision. So it is already in the paper. We have hired the lawyer and lawyer made the decision. So we have 4 different organizations, as this brother said. So out of those 4 different organizations, we have 9 brothers who will be in the management, and they will manage your money. And every single penny will be managed according to the Islamic law, according to halal 100%. That one we can assure you without any alcohol. So that is our strength. And we are, alhamdulillah, all of us are in the Islamic community. And people know Sheikh Ashraf the last 20 years in Canada. So alhamdulillah, so those are our assets.
And sister, just to add to Brother Mashhur's explanation, just I'd like to go right to the point. The whole structure is made in a way that shareholder doesn't have a say. Let's be clear with everyone here. The 300 shareholder doesn't have a say. He cannot control this. That is one thing you need to avoid. Because if you, I'm saying you own the money, but you don't own the decision made. The decision made is made by 9 individuals who are holding that incorporation. And the reason we did this is to safeguard against what you just mentioned. Someone joining to create a problem. How would we avoid it? You understand? Then if we keep it in everyone's hand, then it becomes a very tricky. Then we have 9 names. If these 9 people you don't trust, then this business is not for you, because you will have full control. I'm making it very basic and very clear. Obviously, if they do something illegal, there is fraud, there is something, then they are responsible. But as long as they make a proper decision for you, they stick to the dream that we have, then these guys doing the right thing. Then we structure this whole thing in a way that these 9 guys are the guys they making decision in your behalf as a shareholder. And what they owe you that every year giving you a report telling you how things happen. But imagine someone saying, can I buy 200 shares? I'm finished. No, can't. The maximum share you can buy is 10. This is the reason we made this limitation. Because otherwise, someone buy the whole share. Am I right? They say, give me the 300. Then these 9 people sitting do what? Nothing they can do. Then the maximum, then the maximum a person can buy is 10 shares. That to make sure that the full control is within the organization, within that incorporation. You asking me then why we have 4 different businesses? Because there is one issue, and I'm being very transparent, one issue of having everything in the hand of someone that Shaitan can play games. Am I right? Then rather than having it as dictatorship, one person handling this, we bring to 4 organizations. Then at least we can cross-reference each other. If I am doing something, my brother says, you know what, maybe don't do it this way. Brother Mashur can give feedback. Then we have 4 organizations that people have trusted. And they are existing Islamic organizations that people trusted. We bring in their management to be the management of this. Like if all 4 of us are inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un, that would be too hard to imagine. Yeah. Understand? Maybe one here, one there, but all these 4 organizations, all of them will leave the straight path, will leave the 700 times and go somewhere else. I found it, inshallah, to be hard.
Okay, so
And also, brother Subhan, you pointed out, that's a very good point.
Yes.
Your share will be preferred share. It's not a common share. Meaning that whatever we do, you will get to know first. Okay, and you will be given the chance, the priority over others. So that is another exactly.
So now the one who control the corporation, maybe 2 from ICT,
Yes, exactly.
maybe 2.
Yes, it is.
From, so
Maybe it is.
each one, how many
9.
votes they like for example, maybe ICC, how many percentage they have to make a decision. I mean, like now everyone, now everyone is agree, everyone is okay right now, right? But you never know what's in the future. What if between 8 of these, and maybe, Milo, forgive me, I did not mean trying to stop or anything. I just want to be real, right? Yeah, so what if these 8 people, maybe, like in the future, maybe one day, okay, we wanted to sell the land, and the others say, no, let's build it, so this can happen too, because now you're going to...
We are using the system of shura. It's a mashura between us. Everyone has the same way. Every person in this thing has the same way. And I'm going to shura by now, because in any corporation, you can't say like there's 8 board of directors or 9 board of directors. You can't allocate that this guy has more power than this guy. Everyone has the same power. And to be honest, and this is where I would say the safety net for everyone, that these guys, they didn't join this because they believe in making money. But I have to repeat this again clearly. If that all to make your $10,000 worth $50,000, I will not put my time, I will not put my effort. Even though it's nice materialistically, but that's not the reason why we're putting our time. We're putting our time because we wanted to see the dream. We want to see the subdivision. Then I do believe that's support enough. Legally, everyone has the same way to answer the question. Spiritually, everyone is responsible, committed in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and that's why they enjoy such endeavor. Then for me, I will make it basically, if someone just wants to invest money, this project is not for him. Simple and sweet. If someone just coming here to invest the money, just to invest the money, this project is not for him. Why is that? Because this is a long-term project. This has the community in mind. You understand? Then here, if someone wants to invest in the community and invest his money, then this is his project. You understand the difference, ya Ahbab? I hope I made it clear. If someone coming just for looking for investment company, we are not. I am not an investment company. I have to be honest with you. You understand? But if someone looking to invest in the community, and also, like, as brother, maybe this is a good opportunity for me to answer this, but I took too much time. The brother Subhan, he asked about this beautiful ayah 261 in Surah Baqarah. مثل الذين ينفقون أموالهم في سبيل الله كمثل حبة أنبتت 7 سنابل في كل سنبلة 100 حبة والله يضاعف لمن يشاء. Then the ayah says those who invest for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as if they are putting one seed. And the one seed bring out how many? 7 years. And every year had how much? 100 seed. Then you put one seed, how many you get back? 700. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala continue and said, Wallahu yudha'ifu liman yasha. And Allah can multiply. Then the 700 is a flat rate. But how much should the return? It could be 10,000. It could be 10 million. This is in the hand of Allah. Brother Subhan, his question was, how we can handle this related to what we're doing today? Because today we're talking about business. I answered him by subtracting 261, because I know he likes numbers. 261 minus 60. That brings you to ayah 201 in Surah Al-Baqarah, where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, رَبَّنَا آتِنَا فِي الدُّنْيا وَفِي الْآخِرَةِ وَقِنَا عَذَابَ النَّارِ. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, there are people, this is the ayah 200, people they say, رَبَّنَا آتِنَا فِي الدُّنْيا وَمَا لَهُمْ فِي الْآخِرَةِ مِنْ خَلَقٍ. They say, Allah give us in this dunya, we don't want anything in the hereafter. These guys, obviously, they will have nothing in the hereafter. But us, I hope everyone attending this beautiful event, we are saying differently. رَبَّنَا آتِنَا فِي الدُّنْيا حَسَنًا. Ya Allah, give us the goodness in this dunya and give us the goodness in the hereafter. That's why this project, I think, it's one of the means to bridge between these two concepts. Your money, inshallah, will appreciate because we're investing in real estate and we have seen how much the real estate investment gave reward. And also, you are investing in the Muslim community. These are the people that we're looking for. People who want آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة. Obviously, حسنة الدنيا is not in our hand. We cannot secure that for you because no company, no investor can tell you, I know how much money you will make, you know. But we can tell you prediction, what we have seen, and we can tell you, inshallah, we hope, because I got my money too, we hope we are not going to lose in such investment, inshallah, Rabbil Alameen. But imagine this war between Russia and Ukraine creates some big problem. Don't come after me and say, Sheikh, we bought the land with you, what happened now? The atomic bomb came in this land. That is not in my hand, not in your hand. But what we can promise you, that as we manage, we're going to manage very carefully to make sure, inshallah, all of us have good return in this. This is for the dunya. But for the akhirah, I believe everyone will be so proud if we walk in this subdivision that we own. And we see the beautiful school, we see the beautiful masjid, we see the beautiful community center, we see all these homes, and this is a place for our children. I think we'll be very proud. And the reason haqiqatan motivated me to do this, that if we don't do it now, when will we do it? Many people Muslim came 40 years ago. Maybe I see some uncles who are old a little bit. The Muslim came maybe 40 years ago. If they have done something like that, you guys will not be stuck in a small area like this. Would you agree? We will not be stuck in the place we have. I'm not saying this is small. It's beautiful. But we will not be here. Am I right? But they didn't do. And why they didn't do it? Because no one had the 4 million, 10 million. But anyhow, we have to start somewhere. Am I right? We have to start. And it's never too late. It's either start now, or again, you're going to regret after 5 years, say, oh, we wish we did this land. This is the concept. I want you to think in this line of thinking. You know? Further.
That's okay.
Well, yeah.
So I understand that, about the investment. Of course, we try as a Muslim, we try everything we do for the sake of Allah. That's the intention. But I have to be honest with you. Sometimes I doubt about my intention because it's very, very hard, like to know that we exactly doing for Allah. I know what you're saying, that if you come here to invest the money, this is not for you. But if you come here for Allah, this is for you. I understand that. But at the same time, like if I have to, you have to protect what I have to. So exactly. If I'm asking like this, it doesn't mean that, I'm coming just to think about the investment, but I have to be careful, right?
This
no.
Yeah. If I can just again, as I said in the beginning, none of us here are experts, but we went and we hired experts, and they are paid experts. There is a corporate lawyer, it's a whole team, with one of the sisters, their leader. We met with them multiple times, we explained to them our initiative, what we are trying to do, and she suggested the structure that we are sharing with you. We have an accountant as well. So when it comes to things according to the Canadian law, we cannot do anything against the law. This is by default.
Yeah.
So we are going according to their direction. That is how you do it. That is the right way to do it. That is how you secure the shareholder money. That is how you can plan for this project to make it successful or have more potential for it to be successful. So that's why we are hiring them and we are paying them. Those are not part of the team or that they are doing this voluntarily. We are looking for their consultation, for their advice, for their own input in regard of making this project successful. That's why when it comes to for example, preserving the right of the shareholders or maintaining their money or everything, it's going to be according to the Canadian law, because obviously we cannot do anything against that. And that's why we have our lawyer, who she's advising us with her team about the best practices to make this successful, based on our values and principles and based on the Canadian laws that we all abide to and we follow all in as Canadian citizens. So at least I'm trying to answer your point of view. Is that how I can secure my money, or how I can ensure that the right practices are being implemented in this corporation? That's why we have the lawyer. That's why we have the account.
I didn't mean that way too. I mean, like, I mean, just to try, to in the future, if, I don't want any problem in the future. It's not about my share. I don't even have money to buy the share right now, to be honest with you.
Well, as part of the managing team, I forget this point as well. I'm sure I should touch based on it. The thing is that we have those like board members, okay, in the managing company, which is part of the Paradise neighborhood. And in the bylaws, it's following all the regulation in any other corporation that's going by business. There is a quorum, and that decision goes through the quorum. So we have 9 brothers, 2 from each organization, and 1 external brother as well. And all decision will be through voting. So sometimes if 5 vote against 3, that is the decision that will be taken, as Brother and Sheikh Ashraf said about Mashura. So we go with the best decision based on the opinion of the majority. That's what we have in the bylaws, even written as part of the corporation. So yes, that we might not agree all of them on the same decision, but we want to try to discuss and find the best alternatives and go through this by the majority opinion among those brothers who are trying to put the effort to make this project successful. And this is also written in the bylaw as the lawyer advised us and as the lawyer directed us to do.
So how are you gonna raise? How are you going to raise the fund to develop the land?
We are raising the money through the shares. That's why we are offering the shares. And here, I have 2 questions from the online audience, which is related to this: how many shares are offered currently, which we already touched base or highlighted. If 300 share, 10,000 each share to raise the 3 million. 300 share, because this is a question came through the online. And another question says, what is the maximum number of shares a person can buy? Perhaps we do not want to give control to few people with larger shares. This is something also, alhamdulillah, we already thought about. That's why Sheikh Ashraf, he said, the limit is 10 shares. No one is allowed, because of 3 million, some Muslim and even other investors, Allah has them with more than that. They can tell you, this is the whole 3 million, but I want to buy all the shares. This is something we try to avoid at all expenses. We don't want anyone to hijack this idea or try to manipulate it in the future. That's why we have this limit or cap of 10 shares. Okay? And also another question, which also we tried also already spoke about, would it be possible to give a quick background of the management of the corporation? It is those brothers who are part of 4 Islamic organizations that are operating and running in different areas in GTA and north of GTA. I'm not sure if the time will allow us to have this, like Sheikh Ashraf and Brother Nizar Karim, Brother Mashhood, Brother Muhammad Mateen. This is something, Brother Subhan and Brother Budi and Brother. We cannot speak about each one, but they are already dedicated community leaders who have the concern of we try to work on the diminishing purchase power and financial strength of the Muslim. They have the concern of trying to present something that will be beneficial in this dunya and in the hereafter. And that's maybe the background that I can share as of now. What is the benefit to buy shares today? What is the benefit to buy shares today? Well, it is the benefit as any shares that you can buy anywhere, but our share is only from that corporation. It's not in the stock market. But let's say, assume you go buy a share again, as the example I said, let's say not Apple, Google. You wait for the share value to appreciate, then you can sell to ripe the fruit or get the benefit. For you to buy today the share 10,000, as I said, in a few years, just by keeping the land as is, no change will happen. 5 years ago, the value appreciated 3 times. So the 10,000 that you are putting today, in a few years, it will multiply. It could multiply 1 time, could multiply 10 times, 10 folds. We don't know. There is no guarantee on this. But the benefit for you as a shareholder in this phase 1 of this project, will be that you will be getting this share in 10,000, and it has the potential to appreciate more.
It's benefit in dunya.
Yes, and this is in dunya.
حسنة الآخرة.
Yeah, حسنة الآخرة is something else that we are trying to do. At least we want to be role model for others. This could be not the last time someone will present similar idea. But as Sheikh Ashraf said, 50 years ago, no one even did it. Until now, no one did it. So we hope if our efforts will be successful, we will be the role model for others to do similar initiative to build the Muslim financial system. We are not like claiming that we are the only and the best, but we are trying to do our best to make this successful, and we want to influence others to try to think collaboratively. And one main thing, we were sharing this with the brothers, subhanAllah, many of the Muslims, they have a small amount of money that they cannot invest anywhere. You want to go invest maybe in TD or other places, there is a little bit question mark on your investment and your return. And 10,000, you cannot buy a land, you cannot buy even a condo, you cannot buy even single room, you know. But my 10,000 with your 20,000, instead of holding it in the bank 10 years without using it, you can put it in this project where all your rights, all your money, you are getting a certificate. You're getting an official share certificate, which is stamped by the government, which is official with your name, which you can give it as an inheritance, you can sell it, you can do whatever you want. So this is an asset for you, but you don't own an actual land, but this share is an asset for you that you can give it to your children, sell it to others, do whatever you want, based on the regulation that is under the Paradise Neighborhood.
I can take a couple of other questions and I can make mine.
Inshallah. I see, like, okay, I'm sorry, we'll come inshallah to you, inshallah. I'm sorry. This is.
Is it possible if I would like to buy what shares or any shares, but the name will be in trust for, not under my name?
In what? I'm sorry.
In trust for.
Yeah, for someone else.
For kids, for
Yes,
Yes, yes. I mean, they are, yeah.
In trust for, ITF. Is it
Trust,
possible?
yes. You can do that.
Yes. And we have many also who bought their share, even some they are buying for their children, you know, because this we said this is for the future generation. It could be me buying for my son who's 10 years old, 5 years old. Allah, you can put it under the name and everything. These details, brother Mashoud, he said it is okay, and even more details can be shared with you at the time of registering your share and even getting your certificate. You can dictate the way you want, you can tell us what you want, and we work together to make it the way that you want.
Okay, and then you mentioned like for now you're looking crowdfunding for 3 million, yeah?
Yes, inshallah.
And then after that, how are you guys going to build the property, like the project? What is the next step?
Okay, so this will be the second phase, but I can maybe ask.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Inshallah.
This is for the online.
Then for online too.
This is for the online audience.
Then Ahbab, the plan is the first phase is to secure the land and rezone the land. The second phase, we will finance it by offering more shares. The first question comes to mind, what about the value of my share? With this, depreciate the value of my share. This, our accountant will be looking after that. And every year you will be seeing the price of your share according to what Paradise Neighborhood is doing. Then it's according to the value of the land, the development of the land, the rezoning of the land. Then your share price once a year. We are promising one report once a year in December that will show that price. Then we're offering more share. But maybe when we offer one more share, the share will be $50,000 at that time. It depends what is the value of the share according to how the company is doing. But don't quote me for that number, because that number will be decided by our accountant.
So sorry, when you mentioned about you will increase the shares, are you saying number of shares? Are you saying about stock split or?
No, I'm not saying this. We're offering more. Like you would have one more share. You have one share. As an example, you want one share.
No. I mean, like, you know how company
yes
increase the shares, right?
Exactly.
They can
it's a similar concept, but the number will be decided by the accountant. I can't tell you what will be the price of that share will be offered and how many of these shares we will have.
So the Paradise thing, will guarantee that we will reduce value of the stock because of the
Exactly.
right?
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
it will be
Taking care of that your value will not go depreciate because of that splitting or because adding more.
Yeah.
But obviously you have to understand the moment we go to that level, and this is here, we clarify this to everyone too. It's good that we are not taking that step till we are rezoned.
Okay.
Like there's no point just to offer more shares if you are not rezoned.
Yeah.
If you cannot build this land, here is a good thing to share with everyone. If you cannot build this land, you cannot rezone this land, what is the plan? We're going to sell this land. Are we giving you the money? No. The money is going to go back to the company and we're going to buy a different land that we can rezone. Then we are after that dream. You understand? We are not stopping in the middle. But imagine, because this is a farming land. We're buying a farming land today.
Yeah.
We are not sure that we can rezone it. And I see that question many times. People say, you know, if you are not sure why you're buying it. You know, if I am sure that we can rezone, this land will be 15 million, and not 2.1. You understand? That's why we are buying it as a farming land. The land price will appreciate as a farming land. But with the help of Allah and the backing of all these communities, if we can rezone it, then the price of this land will increase in a way that is beyond your imagination, inshallah, and my imagination. 5 times, 10 times. But can I guarantee this? No. No way. You understand? Then what if we stuck and we cannot, rezone that land? City refused completely. Then the dream is what? We're going to sell this land, have the money, buy a different land that we can rezone. That's why whoever joining us, I want them to be joining us for a long term. Anyone who is doing short term is not for him, because this is rezoning is 5 years. We'll make a decision at that time. If we are rezoned, then we're going to offer more shares, as you understand, and then we start that development.
So we're talking about investment for 15 to 25 years then.
10 to 15,
to be
10 to
safe.
15, yes, exactly. But I'm saying 10 to 15, in my humble opinion, not to have the houses, you will have a clear picture by now.
Yeah.
If you stay with us for 10 years, you would know that your share now is 100,000, inshallah, we hope, or 50,000, it depends. But if someone come after 2-3 years, say, where is my money? Yeah, your money is not going to appreciate that much. But in the same way, we are allowing way out for those who have emergency. I hope everyone understands. You're coming with us for 10 to 15 years, correct? And it might be extended. This is not in my hand. We'll be informing you. But the reason is, if you have emergency, in case of emergency only, we can cash out your money according to the price of the share that we reported every year. But I wanted everyone, whoever joining, understand that we expecting this to be in case of emergency. Okay. Not someone say, I'm investing with you 2 years. I would say it's great, but no point to join, because we are looking for long-term investment. Okay? And my bottom line, Ahbab, and I'm going to skip. Sister, you have another question? No, good. Then I would like to you take the brother and then we. Yes. There is someone you said.
Did you raise your hand? Someone here raised.
Okay. And then Ahbab.
I just had a quick question.
Yes.
In regards to the taxes, property tax that we paid on the land,
Yes.
is that something that will come out of the company share, or are we going to be contributing to that?
There's a property there that we're renting it, and it's covered that way. Okay. Then there's no loss. There's no way we are losing. Alhamdulillah. Then here, to clarify how we're going to do this, and this is my segment of the presentation. I don't have to stand. Brother Khalid already started. Then the segment of this, how to do, simple and sweet. If some Muslim brothers 40-50 years ago have done this, raise some funds together, buy a land, then now we can have 100 acre, 200 acre, where we can do all what we want. Then if you believe in this dream, I hope everyone coming here is coming that he believe in this dream. I want to be part of this. I want this to happen. You understand? And don't think a $10,000 is a huge investment. If I ask Brother Afzal to talk about this in front of everyone, I want to talk. You say, with $10,000, you can do much. For me, if I have $10,000, what can I do with my $10,000? Yeah. That's why I don't want too much high expectation. What I can promise you that your money will be safe with us. We will conduct it or deal with it as if it's our own money. That's what I can promise you. You understand? But other than that, I cannot promise. Why, Akhil Habib? Because in essence, this $10,000 someone is investing in the future of the Muslim Ummah, you have to have that, okay, I'm doing it for the sake of Allah for this reason. And your money, inshallah, will increase one way or another. But if you come in only for the money, I think we are not the right product for you. I'm being honest. The reason is we are not investors. Like, go look at me, I'm not an investor. You understand? But we are trying to bring the community together to do something. And we have some bottom line that you might agree to for those who are investors. The bottom line is, imagine in 5 years, the land price will at least double. At least. Yeah, at least double. Then your 20,000 becomes what? 20,000. Then this is 20% return on investment a year. Is this as bad? Akhi Subhan, is this as bad? 20% a year return on investment. You go any place, you don't get 1%, 2%, 5%.
I always thinking when our investment recorded
Allah, Allah,
this will goes to
yes.
son, my children.
Allah. That's why.
I just want to bring something.
You want to say?
No, I just want to bring something
to Allah. Allah.
I have a question.
We will get to them because I want action item. The action item is I want to share with everyone this form. If you are interested, please raise your hand. Then we give you the form and how the process will be. You're going to fill up your information. There was a brother sitting here, other than Brother Rafiq, who was sitting here. His name is Brother Rafiq. This Brother Rafiq is the one that he will contact you to tell you how to give that check and how to give that money. And then you will sign an agreement. And this agreement, after that, you will get a certificate, share certificate. In which company? In Paradise Neighborhood. I have to be explicit and clear. We're running this as a business. And anyone working, including myself in this, each charge. This is not a charitable. You understand? Management will be making some money, reasonable money, way lower than the market. And also anyone we hire a lawyer, we hire an accountant, everyone is making. We are paying people. Then this is run as a business. I'm not claiming that we run this as charitable. Everyone has to understand. This is not a masjid. This is a project that runs as a business. Then whoever putting time, we are compensating this time reasonably. Correct? As a business. Correct? Then when you buy into this, you're buying into a business. But will that business have a masjid, school, and this? Yes, we have. And how we will run this? We're going to develop also a commercial area that we will rent. And the rent of that commercial area will look after the masjid and all the charitable. Okay? Then if you're buying into that whole picture. I hope everyone understands. To make it happen. Sisters also need some form or no? No form, because I wanted to get into the real thing, which is we can have the 3 million to look after that project.
You get over?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, please.
Question. I heard about the Peace Village. It is built by Ahmadiyya community in Orlando. Is it
Yes.
the same concept?
It's not the same concept, but yeah, they have been, helped by the government.
Yes.
Okay, but our one, no will help us. We are on our own. So that not only the Ahmadiyya community, some Jewish community, some Ismaili community, they have their own, kind of this kind of thing. Yeah, you're right.
It's similar, but we are in our own. We are doing this together.
And one thing maybe we did not mention that the brother who are part of the managing team, they are also shareholders.
Yes.
Actually, when I said the down payment was paid, the down payment was covered from those who established this idea and initiated. At least each brother that you see here, at least they own one share in the corporation. So we are all in the same boat, if I can say, to try to make this successful, inshallah, according to the Canadian law and according to our Islamic teaching as well. So this is something that we did not mention. There's a few questions, I think, most of them maybe we just...
Before you go to this, my expectation for those who got the form, fill it up now. We are not leaving here till we get this form, your name, your information. Because we wanted to know how many people buying these shares from us today before we leave. Then if he can give a pen, pencil, let everyone start writing. This is not to force you, but what I'm trying to say, all this dream cannot be materialized unless we put our money where our mouth is. Am I right? Otherwise, we cannot achieve anything. We all of us can be dreaming, but nothing can happen. At the end of in June, I have to give these guys their money. And in order to do this, we have to have.
Also, we don't have much time.
I don't have much time. Then I said,
Then, how you will raise the, as you mentioned before, like let's say for example, this is not this land that you planning
Yes.
to get now,
Yes.
and you're gonna get
Yes.
buy another land that
exactly.
for sure we can develop. So
Exactly.
how you gonna raise the fund to build,
That's
that land?
easy. We're selling the land. This land in 5 years
Yeah,
will
then
not
you're
be
gonna
7
buy
million.
land, right?
This will be 6-7 million.
So we're gonna buy another land,
Exactly.
right? And then we need money to build the land to make the.
Same concept. And when it comes to the build of the land, the same question with the system.
We're gonna issue another share.
Exactly. But for buying the new land, our plan is to use the money from this land
Yeah, yeah.
and buy the new land
I understand
with
that.
the appreciation.
The only my concern after we buy the land, like for example, the one we can build, and then you're gonna issue another share,
Exactly.
just like now, and then
Yes.
build the.
Exactly. But we are going to make sure, and this will not be my job, the job of the accountant, that the real owner today of the share, their share price shouldn't depreciate, and because of this should be increased. Because now, rather than the business is 6 million or 3 million, now the business becomes 300 million. Because
Yeah,
you have now an approval, you have a plan, how many houses, 300 houses. Then the moment you go to that level, your share price will increase.
Yeah, and then, I mean that you're going to work again to raise funds,
Exactly.
right, from other people, from
Exactly.
other Muslims.
Exactly. By the way, when we say raise fund, anyone who believes in the dream,
Yeah,
you understand? And
I mean,
obviously
like.
these are Muslims.
Yeah, but at that time, the share will not be 10,000, it will be 15, 25, based on the market value. That's the share how it will be. It's not gonna be 10,000, and the accountant should advise us to the right practices how to do this properly.
I'm not worried about that, how sales are gonna go up, how much. I'm not worried about, I'm just worried about no, I'm not worried. I just want to know the process until we get to the dream. You know what I mean? I didn't really care that the share will be maybe from 10,000. Even you tell me become 100,000, I don't think none of us here gonna care about that because we wanted to do good, right?
I care for different reasons. If your share become 100,000 and we have 300 like this, that means how much we have. We have 50 million. Then our asset increase, then you can do more things. Am I right? This is the whole idea that we need to care about money, not for any sake, not the sake of money, for the sake of us being able to do things. You got my point?
Yeah,
Because as a Muslim community, if you have 30 million, it's different. As a Muslim community, we have 3 million. Huge difference.
Yeah.
3 million, limited. 30 million can do way more.
So saying that it's gonna be.
I don't know if you guys noticed, this is, plan can be changed anytime. What we try to do first, zoning this land first.
Okay.
That's why we are going for. If this happen in this land, we don't need to go to another land.
Yeah, that's fine.
When it's not happening, based everything is right now, within from this land, another 3 kilometers, the builders are already there.
Yeah.
That's why Shafat, like he said, we have to get this land.
No, I mean,
2 kilometers, so there's a potential, so we might not need to go.
no, I understand that. What I mean that to get to the dream. Yeah.
Because she's just saying, even after 10 years or 15 years, 10,000 shares became 100,000 well.
I didn't
But
not go
at that time, we have to build the real estate
Yes.
building,
Yes.
300 building. 100,000 even nothing. Yeah, all the
Yeah, that's what.
So how gonna make up that?
Yeah, that's what I mean. I didn't care about. I didn't care about how much price gonna increase. No. I mean, like okay. For example, we're gonna get another land again. We're gonna get and then okay to build another property like that, and then we need the money to build this one. So we're gonna go find Muslim people too in order to for the cost to cover, right? That's what I mean. Yeah.
I think let's say houses cost $1 million and one shareholder has $100,000. So there is a big gap to own the house. So our priority would be our shareholder first to buy. get another 900,000, right? Then you will be on the house. If you cannot own the house, you don't have a capability, then it will be go to the market. And how much profit make it, shareholder will get profit from there.
Yeah, but no, I'm not worried about that. How much I'm gonna get back? No, I'm not worried about that. I'm thinking how to get the dream become true. I don't care that 10,000 become 100,000 become 50,000. I don't think.
Sister, I'm telling you, honestly, we reach a limit that we have the plan approved by the city. The land is zoned, the plan approved, and we have say 300, 400 houses here to be built, and we have a permit. At that level, builder, developer, everyone will be coming, knocking our door one after another. Can we please take this project? You understand? Then fund at that point will not be a problem at all. At all. Because what is happening, fund is hard for people who believe in the dream. But when we have a big sign, you can see all these builders, how they sell their homes. It's empty land. Yeah, and big sign saying 500 homes coming, starting from 1 million, 5 million. They sold all the homes. You don't see any homes there yet. You understand? That process is right there. It is available. And we have, alhamdulillah, good contact with builder, developer who are Muslim and willing to help us. Then that is not where the worry is. The worry is to get there, to close this land in June. Because we wanted to close the land and put the sign, Paradise Neighborhood, own the land. You understand? That is the key element to achieve. If we do that, then second phase will be way easier. It's a different challenge, obviously. Lots of work is required, but way easier.
So the second development of this pay fully say that you will build more houses first. Now, do you have a right to buy one of those houses?
Yeah, okay. Then here, let's clarify this. Okay. And this is very good question, and I was waiting for that question. First of all, these houses will be offered in the market price. But you as a shareholder will have the preference to know about this first. Then we will disclose this to you first as a shareholder, that we have 400 houses for sale, and this is the market price. You come forward and buy, congratulations. Many brothers ask us, would you have financial, Islamic finance, and this? No. Simple and sweet, no. We don't have any Islamic financing solution. We wanted to deal with the land and be straightforward. Because Islamic financial solution is a different animal that I don't want to get there. I'm a very basic guy. We have a land, we got the land, we rezone it, we sell you the house. How to buy the house? My recommendation was, one brother asked me this, why more shares now? Because inshallah, these shares will appreciate. Imagine you bought 5. Now this 50,000, with the help of Allah, then 50,000 became 500. Inshallah, I don't know. This is not in my hand. We're talking about 10 years, 15 years. Then you have a 500K. And do some saving in the side. Because we are giving you 10 years. You see these homes after 10 years, 15 years. Then you can work on that. So we doing this for children or whatever. Save some money every year for them. Save for them. Then at that time you can buy that house easily. Good. Then bidding and no bidding, we are not planning for this. We're going to do like the builders. The price of the house is so and so, first come, first serve. But we're going to let you know as a shareholder before anyone. Correct? But if you don't have the money, I can hold the house for you. So I don't mean anything negative, because we have to be fair to all other shareholders. So if the person doesn't have the money, the house is sold, What can I do?
So the investment that you do, whatever it becomes, can you use that as a down payment?
Yes, for sure. But again, this is not after 1 year, 2 years. We are talking about 10 years. But by the way, to your question, that is what we're dreaming. We want you to come join us now, then you can use this money and buy the house. We're building this for you. We are not building this for ourselves. Because again, we are not here only for money. Hasana, wa fil akhirati hasana. We wanted everyone to live there down the road, inshallah. Like I say, example, this is the reason why we're offering market price. My wife, she likes the corner side. Can I give her the corner side? Yes, you can. The price is there. If you can afford the corner side, take the corner side. Am I right? Take 2, take 3. But again, according to the money. Otherwise, if it becomes you, me, him, here, then things become very touchy because everyone will say, I wanted this, I wanted this. No, it's just the market price. And whatever the price is, we can afford it, buy. And that's when we go and we determine what we do. I tell you this is 1.5, this is 1.6. Then in the moment you say, oh no, I don't need the corner side now. It's 1.5 is okay. This is normal. تفضل. You have a question for me? Yes. Yes. That will open to everything. Because we don't want to build a site. We want to make this community mixed community. The only thing I have to share also with you that we will use the contour to make this neighborhood family oriented.
We have the rules. On the rules that like all the residents in that area has to abide to. And we'll have a filtration screening process. That the same thing developer, they will receive intention to buy, or the application. We'll filter the application. We'll have even meeting with the potential buyer, make sure they believe in the values, but yes, they should not be only Muslim. And we cannot even do this here in Canada, just offering something for the Muslim.
And we don't want to do that. It's not a good idea. Silo is not a good idea. You want to raise the kid in an environment that is open to all things.
Inshallah, I have here for you a question. I think this could be answered. Like, is there an application form on our website? Yes, there is the form. It is in our website, the same form that we share with the brothers here. It is online. You can download it. You can fill it. You can scan it and send it back to us. Inshallah. I have expressed interest by filling the form. Who will contact me with the next step? As we say, Brother Rafiq will be contacting you. There will be an official agreement that you go with it with our lawyer. It's not going to be us who will be dealing with you. You will be dealing with our lawyer. You can bring your own lawyer as well. This is for the peace of mind. When you go buy any land, any house, you go through a lawyer or someone who have a legal experience. This will be the same thing. The person who will be contacting you to receive the payment and finalize the process is going to be Brother Rafiq, the one who was sitting here. Inshallah. This is from the online audience. As well, we have one question. I have this with me and this cover also shower. Will money be in a trust account with the corporate lawyer? Yes, the money is in a trust fund account that we cannot play with, but we have the, I would say, the legal ability to utilize the money in the best way that will reflect on the shares and the shareholders.
We're using this money to buy the land.
And we are using it to buy the land. That is the thing. Would corporation have enough liquidity to buy back shares just in case of emergency? We have mentioned that we are raising some extra funds over the 2.15. If an emergency happens and you want to sell your share, there is 3 options. If the money has enough liquidity, the corporation, it will buy your share. If it doesn't have liquidity, we will offer it to the current shareholder with the current market value. If no one have the willingness to buy it, you can bring someone to buy it, or we will look for someone to buy it. But again, we will have some screening to make sure that they buy into our dreams and they understand what we are trying to achieve. So all 3 options are available. The first one will be the corporation have liquidity. We will be the first to buy your share, inshallah.
Some lawyer fee involved in this.
Yeah, definitely. All the fees by the lawyer, by the accountant, because we said this is business, it's not a charity. Everyone who we are hiring, they will be paid for their efforts and for their time. Last, inshallah, we can move to the brothers. Would you be issuing more preferred shares at later stage to finance the project on the land? I think this is a question we already answered. This is part of the process. And also we try to be reasonable in what we are sharing with you. But I said 2.5 years ago, we are working on this. And we have consulted so many lawyers, accountants, even developers whom we have under our umbrella, alhamdulillah. Another thing we did not share that even this is later stages, maybe 5-7 years, there is a land adjunct to this land that we want also to buy, which is 138 acres. So the subdivision is not going to be built over 43 acres only. It will be about 181 acres where the subdivision will be developed under. And at that time, in that moment, at that stage, we'll be offering shares at the market value of the shares at that time to cover these expenses, inshallah ta'ala. Would management consult with current shareholders with issuing more shares? We will notify you. You have the privilege to know before anyone about any shares that will be presented or will be added.
Make sure we don't need their approval. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Shareholder don't have.
No, it's not
You
the
need
approval.
to trust these 9 people.
Yes.
If you don't trust them, this is not for you.
100%. It's not going to be to consult. Can we or we cannot? If that is the thing that the lawyer advised us is the right way and the accountant give us the model of how we can do it, we will go do it by the Mashura in the managing board of this corporation. But you will be notified about this. As the chair said, even you will have the privilege to be notified about the houses, and you also are the primary one who we want you to be living in that area, in that neighborhood. Can foreigners purchase the shares under their name? Yes, they can.
We didn't open this. We didn't. It is possible, but we don't want to open it. We don't deal with non-Canadian and this for now, especially for this 300.
Yeah.
Maybe in the future.
Yeah, maybe in the future, but there is nothing in the Canadian law that does not allow, does not permit any foreigners to buy in this. But as Sheikh said, alhamdulillah, we're almost 60-70% done. We're trying to do this for Canadians who are living in Canada and they want to see something for the future generation to come. Would current shareholders be offered the future shares first? I think the answer is definitely you will be the first to know about anything, inshallah, in the future. Yes, brother.
So the problem, the property is like, did you mention about it's a condo, right?
No, we will have we building semi-detached and townhomes and condo too. But when I say condo, I meant condo law because there is a way using the Canadian law. It's called condo law that they say you're living in a condo, they say no smoking inside, no this inside, no drinking, no this. Then we try to apply this in our neighborhood, and this is legally in Canada. It's legal to have a condo law. You know, it's a condo law, not a condo building. It's condo law inside the neighborhood, and this condo law will try to raise something in the Islamic value. We're going to call it family values. And anyone who has family value and is okay to have the same family value, like I won't say my children to see smoking marijuana at the street as an example.
So the buyer will own the land. The buyer share. The home buyer.
The home buyer will own the house. Yes. Yes. The land on the house will the house is.
So now you build like 300.
Yes. Exactly. Yes.
Also, I hope you don't own the property. You must be
exactly. But when you buy that house, you buy the condo management that managing all these houses. Like all these guys who cut your grass, remove your snow, then all these houses are under this. You understand my point? Like there is a lot of gated neighborhood where they have condo law in there. You understand my point? The reason we are doing this is because we want to keep some standards. Otherwise, if we give it to everyone lives its own way, how are we going to stop people from doing things that maybe doesn't fit for our children?
Yeah, my point is like that. It depends on you change the asset value by developing it and increase the value. But after that, I'm so how you continue the sustainability of your revenue.
Oh, that's very good. Our plan is the next project.
Okay.
We plan to do this in London. We plan to do this in Alberta. This is not going to stop here. We're going to make the Muslim community strong, not Muslim community of GTA. It's just a starting point. Then we take this to different neighborhood, and by that time you will have nice offices for us. You will be able to show you some because we just in the starting point. Because now it becomes a model. Am I right? Now this paradise neighborhood will have an office where you guys can come and see what we have developed and what we've done. But we are not in that stage now. We just starting. Like you are the founder of that big dream, inshallah.
Okay, any more questions before we take the last question online? Any more questions? Okay, I have 2 more questions. Have you accounted for development cost, or there will be a cash call later? I think we already focused on that, there will be
No questions.
Yeah, so yes, as part of the development phase, that is a different story. We will offer more shares. we will work together with the accountant, the lawyer, and each our developer of a model of how we can do this successfully. So yes, definitely in the future there will be, inshallah, a future call, they call it cash call, asking for more shares. Yes, definitely, to raise the needed fund, inshallah. Do you have experienced person, company in your team to get involved in the land development process? Will they or are they charging fees? We are not in the development phase, as we said, we are basically now in the owning the land phase, but we have already during our 2 years planning, 2 years plus planning process, we have spoken with at least 2-3 developers, and 2 of them are
But they are not part of the team.
and they are not part of the team as of now, because as of now we are not in the development stage. And when we will hire them in the future, definitely they will charge us money.
They will be working for us.
They are working with the for Paradise Neighborhood, and definitely they will have their own charges. So this is inshallah to answer the question. But as of now, they are not part of our team, and we are not in that phase yet. Any questions?
So, question, is your, June, you said is,
June is the closing date, inshallah.
But we wanted the fund before April 15, because this is Ramadan coming for April 15. The reason is Ramadan is coming, and we want, I don't want it to be keep, like brother Subhan just asked this question between us. I don't want to keep it to the last minute. I want to have this 3 million April 15. Then at least we can all sleep, because we pay the land, we have the fund, then the project can be rolled out. But if we leave it till the end, then it becomes a tricky business. Say if you don't have the fund right now, and you're going to ask, give me a check, brother Rafiq, May 5, May 1st, I don't mind that. But the check is there, ready to cash. But if it's not ready to cash, then you can make it. You understand, guys? Because the fund has to be there. How are we going to close the line?
also check, and if it reaches to 300, then we can't take anymore.
Yes.
So
And how the process will work, now what you are filling is a bid form, let's to buy a share or shares in the corporation. Brother Rafiq al-Islam will reach to you, inshallah, within a couple of weeks, 2 weeks, let's say, to finalize. As soon as possible. No, I'm saying because we are getting 150 to 100, so I'm just keeping it like at the soonest, inshallah, within a few days or a few weeks, 2 weeks, 2 weeks the maximum, he will reach to you to finalize the payment and also the legal stuff related to buying the share and whom will be the owner of the share certificate and everything. And the money as Sheikh
One thing I mentioned is, you consult your lawyer, whatever paperwork we give you, involve your own lawyer. We want this to be legal for everyone, and everyone feel confident. Get your lawyer, review this thing. If you don't have a lawyer, you can hire any lawyer to review our paperwork before you sign it. Because this is your right to make sure that what you're signing is something that that is legally sound and you are comfortable. Very important.
Yeah. No, Jazakumullah is done, inshallah, but as I said, why like the 15th of April deadline, there will be future communication between you, Brother Rafiq, then the lawyer, then finalize the paperwork. So we want to know for sure, like by April 15, how many shares are sold, and if we need more time to add more shareholders, or if everything is okay. That's why we cannot wait until June. We cannot wait until June. That's why we're giving the deadline. But you can, as Sheikh Ashraf said, you can give a delayed check. For example, you're giving the check before April 15, but you say, please do not cash it until May, until mid of May. There is no issue with that. As long as the check is there and you have the interest and you believe in the dream, alhamdulillah, there is nothing wrong with that, inshallah. So with that, inshallah, I want inshallah to conclude. May Allah bless all of you, inshallah, for joining us today, for being attentive audience, and for all the questions that we all trying to hear as much as we can from the community, because we know that there is always a room for development and improvement, inshallah ta'ala. Ready?
Inshallah. Then Ahmad, let's make a dua. This is what is the Zaya dua in the agenda. Who is making a dua? Then the want to give me that. I don't know how we do this. This is too hard. I have 100 years. طيب يا شباب, let's make a dua. This is the most important part of the whole event, inshallah. And I ask everyone here, if you cannot buy that chair, encourage someone to do that. I wanted this to be mixed, because easily we can find some community who can look after this. I don't want to mention name, but we wanted this beautiful neighborhood that we built to involve everyone, all different colors, all different backgrounds. You understand? Because we want to build a diverse community. And that's why we're reaching out to you, because we want you to be part of this. Let's ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. Ya Allah, we ask you to give us sincerity and whatever we say and whatever we do, Ya Arhamar Rahimin, and give blessing in whoever intended to invest in this or thinking to invest, Ya Arhamar Rahimin, and bless everyone, Ya Arhamar Rahimin, and their risk and increase their provision, Ya Allah. Ya Allah, you know that you know what is inside our hearts, Ya Arhamar Rahimin. We ask you to aid us, to help us, to make us successful with your might and your help, Ya Arhamar Rahimin, to add value to the Ummah of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, to guide our children, Ya Rabbil Alameen. Help us, Allah, to build something that our children will enjoy and feel proud Muslim to be part of this. Ameen, Ya Rabbil Alameen. Ask Allah to forgive all our shortcomings, Ya Arhamar Rahimin. Ya Allah, remove from our heart, Ya Allah, any ill feeling, any animosity, any hatred, Ya Arhamar Rahimin. Unite our heart and make us among those who love each other for your sake. Allah, we ask you for this blessed masjid to increase the barakah of this masjid, and to bless the management and the sacrifice they are making to make this beautiful place successful. Ameen, Ya Rabbil Alameen. Ya Allah, make this istiqlal really a place where, inshallah, Muslim can achieve istiqlal and be independent financially, morally, in every aspect of their life. Ameen, Ya Arhamar Rahimin. And relying only on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, as He gathers us here in these beautiful days of Sha'ban, to give us the blessing of Sha'ban, and to help us all to witness the month of Ramadan, and to help us all to fast during the month of Ramadan. Allahumma zidna wa la tanqusna, wa'atina wa la tahrimna, athirna wa la tu'thir alayna. Allahumma arina al-haqqa haqqan warzuqna ittiba'ah, wa arina al-batila batilan warzuqna ijtinabah, واغننا بحلالك عن حرامك وبفضلك عمن سواك. اللهم بارك لنا في مشروعنا هذا يا ارحم الراحمين، واجعله مشروعا مباركا على امه محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم. يا رب العالمين، ألف بين قلوبنا، اللهم ألف بين قلوبنا، اللهم ألف بين قلوبنا، واحفظنا من شياطين الإنس والجن، اللهم احفظنا من شياطين الإنس والجن، اللهم احفظنا من شياطين الإنس والجن، وبارك في أولادنا، وبارك في بناتنا، وبارك في أزواجنا. اللهم زدنا يا رب العالمين بركة يا أرحم الراحمين. اللهم آت نفوسنا تقواها وزكها أنت خير من زكاها، أنت وليها ومولاها. اللهم اهد شباب المسلمين، واهد نساء المسلمين، واهد رجال المسلمين، واهد بيوت المسلمين. اللهم نسألك يا أرحم الراحمين أن تكتب لنا جميعا جنات الفردوس الأعلى يا أرحم الراحمين. مولانا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. وآخر دعوانا الحمد لله رب العالمين، وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وآله وصحبه ولا هدينا يوم الدين. آمين آمين آمين. وجزاكم الله خيرا for everyone. I know how difficult it is to arrange something like that. May Allah bless everyone. I'm not going to mention names, because if you mention names of totality, you fall of missing some names. Then I ask Allah to bless everyone to make this beautiful, successful event, and who invite us here. And thank you so much for your hospitality. Jazakumullah khair. Yes, we can.